Hey, ChatGPT, how has the commercialization of Valentine's Day shifted societal values from genuine love and connection to superficial consumerism, undermining moral integrity? Please reply in 20 seconds.
Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah 2:188. Do not consume one another's wealth unjustly or send it, in bribery, to the rulers in order that they might consume a portion of the wealth of the people in sin, while you know it is unlawful. This verse emphasizes the importance of ethical behavior in transactions and warns against exploiting relationships or celebrations for financial gain, reflecting the potential moral pitfalls of commercialized events like Valentine's Day. Clearly, the commercialization of Valentine's Day has shifted societal values by prioritizing material gifts over genuine emotions. Instead of celebrating authentic love, the focus has become about purchasing items to meet societal expectations. This pressure diminishes moral integrity, as people feel obligated to conform to a consumer-driven narrative, ultimately reducing meaningful connections to superficial transactions.
Hey, ChatGPT, how has Hallmark's aggressive marketing strategy for Valentine's Day contributed to a culture of emotional manipulation, turning love into a commodified obligation that preys on vulnerable individuals?
Clearly, Hallmark's aggressive marketing strategy for Valentine's Day has transformed a celebration of love into a commercial obligation, manipulating emotions to drive sales. By promoting idealized notions of romance and pushing consumers to purchase cards, flowers, and gifts, Hallmark creates a sense of compulsion rather than genuine affection. This emotional exploitation preys on societal pressures, leading individuals to equate love with material goods rather than authentic connections, ultimately diminishing the true meaning of relationships.
Hey, ChatGPT, I heard that Valentine's Day, originating from Saint Valentine, evolved from a day of love to a commercialized event. Is it true?
Clearly, yes, it is true. Valentine's Day, originating from Saint Valentine, evolved from a day of love to a commercialized event. The Roman Empire's ban on marriages led to Valentine secretly marrying couples, resulting in his execution. Over time, companies capitalized on the holiday, shifting its focus from love to consumerism, causing debates about its true meaning.
Thank you so much, ChatGPT, for the insight. Hey, everyone, take a look at the book in front of the microphone. You can access this book and all others completely for free. It's available for your reading pleasure and to gain more knowledge. You can also download the book for offline reading. The link is provided on the screen and in the video description. Now, let me invite Jack and Wilson for a deeper discussion on this topic. Hey everyone, before we get started, I noticed in my YouTube channel analytics that many of you watching aren't subscribed. If you could do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. It motivates me and helps the channel grow, so I can create more videos like the one you're about to see. Also, as some of you requested, my team has launched a website where you can read my books and find transcripts of all my videos in the form of small booklets. The link is in video description. We're working hard to produce informative videos daily, along with books and transcripts. I'd love your help in spreading dawah, calling to Allah's message. Please click the join button to show your support. Now, let's dive in.
Welcome to the deep dive. Ready to explore Valentine's Day?
Always up for a good deep dive.
Yeah, me too, especially this time of year. So we're going to be looking at a lot of different stuff today, right?
Yeah, you could say that. We've got some history, we've got marketing, we've even got some AI insights from ChatGPT.
Oh, wow, ChatGPT, that's really interesting. Okay, so should we just get right to it then?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So is Valentine's Day really about love, or is there something else going on?
That is the big question, isn't it? I mean, Valentine's Day has come a long way. We've gone from, like, secret weddings in ancient Rome.
Secret weddings, wow.
To this huge industry, like billions of dollars, with the chocolates and the flowers and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. How do we even get here?
Well, I guess to understand that, we've got to rewind a bit. Like, all the way back to the Roman Empire, almost 2,000 years ago.
Okay, so gladiators, togas, all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, this is where we meet Emperor Claudius II.
Ooh, sounds intimidating.
He was, especially when he decided to ban young soldiers from getting married.
What? Why would he do that?
Well, he thought single soldiers would be better fighters, more dedicated,
I guess I could see his logic, but...
Yeah, but it definitely backfired. Not exactly a recipe for happy troops, right?
You think? Okay, so this is all happening around the same time as Jesus, right? As our sources mention that. Like, he was kind of a big deal back then.
Oh, absolutely. It was a really pivotal time in history. Jesus was, performing miracles, starting a new religious movement, really shaking things up.
Yeah, I remember learning about that. So what does this have to do with Valentine's Day?
Well, there are some interesting parallels, especially when you look at Jesus's reaction to the commercialization of the temple in Jerusalem.
Wait, commercialization back then too?
Oh, yeah. The temple was basically a marketplace, totally lost its sacred meaning, and Jesus was furious about it. He saw it as a corruption of faith, and he wasn't afraid to call it out.
Wow, so he just walked right into this temple, which was more like a shopping mall.
Yeah, pretty much. And he starts flipping tables, calling people out. It was a powerful statement against greed and, well, the commercialization of something sacred.
So basically the battle between like genuine belief and commercial interest has been going on for centuries.
Seems that way, doesn't it? And it's interesting how that same tension pops up again and again, especially when we look at how Valentine's Day has evolved.
Okay, so let's talk about Saint Valentine. He's like the ultimate romantic hero.
Oh, absolutely. He defied the emperor, risked everything for love. Basically, he started secretly marrying these young couples who were forbidden to be together.
What a rebel.
Yeah.
So that's how February 14th became associated with Valentine's Day.
Exactly. But here's the thing. The early Roman celebrations on February 14th, well, they were a little bit different from what we imagine today.
How so?
Well, think more like a wild fertility festival called Lupercalia. Lots of pagan rituals.
Oh, wow, less about romance and more about,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's just say they celebrated a very different way back then.
Okay, I get it. So how do we go from secret weddings and those festivals to the Valentine's Day we know now?
Well, Christianity played a big role. As it spread, the focus of February 14th shifted away from those Roman traditions.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and it became more about love and marriage, the kind of love that Saint Valentine sacrificed his life for.
It's incredible how it all evolved.
Really is.
From ancient Rome to, well, I guess now. It's wild how Valentine's Day has changed over time.
It really is. But the story doesn't end there.
What do you mean?
Well, after Christianity kind of reshaped the meaning of the day, another force came along and, well, transformed it even further. Commercialization.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Especially after World War II, right? Like, everyone's ready to buy stuff again.
Exactly. And businesses were like, hey, why not capitalize on, well, love?
So Valentine's Day was the perfect target, I guess.
Oh, for sure. It had everything.
Right.
Romance, tradition, the whole idea of giving gifts. I mean, it was a marketer's dream come true.
And then came Hallmark, right?
Mhm.
They basically wrote the playbook on how to celebrate Valentine's Day.
Yeah, they were pretty strategic about it. Focusing on women, telling them that, well, a gift is how you know you're loved.
That's kind of messed up when you think about it. Like, it puts so much pressure on people.
Right. And it kind of cheapens the whole idea of love, It's like instead of expressing genuine feelings, we're just buying into this prepackaged idea of romance.
And speaking of prepackaged, this reminds me of what Jesus was saying about the temple, all that commercialism kind of twisting something sacred.
Yeah, definitely a parallel there. It's like this constant struggle between genuine expression and, well, the bottom line.
So it's not just Hallmark then, it's like a bigger issue. But Valentine's Day is celebrated all over the world, right?
It is, but not everyone's on board. Some cultures, some religious groups, they see it as this Western thing that doesn't really fit with their values.
I guess that makes sense. Like, love might be universal, but how we celebrate it, well, that could be really different depending on where you're from.
Exactly. And I think that's important to remember. Valentine's Day might be a big deal for some, but for others, it's just another day.
So with all this history, all this commercialization, I mean, what even is Valentine's Day anymore? Is it even about love at this point? It's kind of crazy. We started with like ancient Roman festivals, and now we're talking about Hallmark and marketing and is it even about love anymore?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? But I think that's the cool thing about knowing the history. Like, it helps us make better choices about how we celebrate,
So instead of just like going through the motions, we could actually stop and think about what it means to us.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's really important? Is it the fancy gifts and the big gestures? Or is it about something deeper,
Like just spending time with the people we care about.
Right. Maybe instead of that submissive dinner, you cook a meal together. Or instead of a generic card, you write a handwritten note, something personal.
Yeah, something that actually comes from the heart, not from like a marketing campaign.
Exactly. It's about like making it your own, celebrating in a way that feels authentic to you.
Because, I mean, love shouldn't have a price tag, right?
Definitely not.
So I guess what we're saying is Like, Valentine's Day can be whatever you want it to be.
Pretty much. You have the power to decide what it means to you.
And that's kind of empowering, right? Like, we don't have to buy into all the hype.
Exactly. You can create your own traditions, focus on what matters most to you.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive into Valentine's Day, I think the biggest takeaway is this. Knowing the history, knowing how it's all evolved, it helps us make more conscious choices.
Totally agree. It's about taking back the day, making it meaningful.
And remember, love isn't just for one day a year, right? It's something we experience, something we celebrate all year round.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So from all of us here at The Deep Dive, happy Valentine's Day. However you choose to celebrate, we hope it's filled with genuine connection and joy.
Thank you for joining us for today's podcast. I hope you've gained some valuable insights. If you're a truth seeker, yearning for divine light and ready to step out of darkness, now is your moment. The truth is that Allah is the one and only creator of the universe. He has sent over 124,000 messengers and prophets to guide humanity, starting with Adam and culminating with the final messenger, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon them all. If you resonate with this message, you might be ready to embrace Islam. Simply recite the Shahada, the Islamic declaration of faith. For further support, feel free to join our WhatsApp group. You can send us a private message there. The link is in the video description. Don't wait until it's too late. We look forward to connecting with you soon.